These are easy plates.
Ongoing demo.
These are beginner plates.
Greg, are you showing us how to make big plates or small plates?
Small plates.
Little plates.
I talked about the size of the kiln shelf and the fact that if everybody made a 12-inch plate, we could fire 4 of yours each in the whole kiln, maybe not even that. So they're real space takers. So that's why I want you to use 1.5 pounds, okay? And go with that so that we're all on the standard size.
Can we go even a little smaller?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
You can make a small plate and a big plate.
Teacup plate.
Yeah.
Oh, Cam, don't even get me started on your bacon cupcakes.
Empty bowl.
She makes bacon cupcakes.
I just got my letter from the state yesterday morning.
Really? That's exciting.
Oh, you're going into a program? Oh,
Yeah.
good for you.
She's going into pastry.
No, I had my interview last Friday and I got my order yesterday.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so for plates, soft clay, you also have to be really, really cognizant, what that means?
Yes.
Aware of not getting too much spork all over the wheel here. Because
Spork.
you're going to be pulling the clay across, and if you have too much wet
Spork.
stuff there, you will have messy bottoms and things like that. So what I usually do is I use my sponge a lot for plates. And I compress this down. I sort of make a wide tuna can form. You notice how clean I'm keeping this?
No plate doesn't stick.
No spork.
It's so that
No
you don't get
schmutz.
wet clay underneath. Yeah, I've just seen the
No.
results of it.
It's so warm.
Bad
and
things
lovely.
happen.
Is the pink in the center something new or?
No. That was a byproduct. Didn't happen. So the big thing you need to be concerned with, we're not going to be doing trimming the whole bottoms of these. We're going to be doing like, remember when we did those first bowls? And we just sort of took the edge off? That's what we'll be doing with these.
Why?
Because the other ones are much harder.
Aww.
You can graduate to those, but I think it's a good thing to start with these first.
Okay.
So I do use my sponge quite a bit because I don't want to slop water around too much.
How many of each thing are we making for our set 4?
I'll post those things later today. I have to sit down at the computer and figure out what I'm expecting and map out your workload for the next few weeks so that you don't go crazy. It's
Who knows? You told me
Okay,
it was the
better
17th.
question. When's the last wet play
April
day?
17th.
April.
March 17th.
April 17th is our last print.
April 4th is last wet play day. But let me finish the demo and then we can talk about this.
Greg,
You want a plate?
you have issues thinking and doing today.
Well, I have a lot more of those in the last 5 years.
We'll have a glass of wine and come back.
You picked me at the wrong time. This is abuse of power should come as no surprise. Okay, I had about a 1/4 inch there. I recommend going a little thick with your first measurement because you're going to be squishing and spreading. You'll notice that I don't do any throwing at all really on this. It's mostly compressing and stretching the clay. So again, nice and sponge. I don't want too much water. What I'm going to do is to start to try to come straight across. And you can stand up and watch if you like. And I come out a little bit. And then what I do is I push this down. So I'm sort of inching my way out. And then what I'm going to do is to just sort of see how I'm doing here. And I think I need to go a little thinner than that. So it gives me a chance to readjust. You don't want to go too thin. And you notice it doesn't matter if it's fairly rough right now. I'm going to be smoothing it out later with my rib. You'll see. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Show the camera.
Spreading this out. compressing it, going back and forth, and you notice I'm not using too much water. Maybe not enough.
A little sleepy.
Also, there is a danger of doing the over the edge drop off. If you have a tuna can and the edge is there, when you're pulling out, sometimes you'll just drop and you'll end up with a hump in the middle of your plate and really thin out towards the edges. So you really need to be careful of that. That's something that happens quite often in knitting. This is a good rib for a plate. What I do when I want to rib this is add a little water, and you see how I'm leaning the rib? I'm not gouging it, I'm leaning it. And what I'm going to do is to compress that. Okay.
Hey Greg, if we make smaller plates, can you throw them right on the wheel?
You can, you just have to figure out how to get them off. That's the big problem. I know people that do that, but their aesthetic is very loose and it has fingerprints and
That
wiggles.
clay has memory. If you were to take it off and it were to wiggle and then put it back, wouldn't it warp?
My parents were so traumatized.
Midnight.
Some people don't care though. They want something awesome.
I only want
Figure.
awesome things if they're
Also, I'm not making knife edge plates. It's very easy to get a knife edge on there.
what,
And
sorry?
a knife edge,
Beats with-
a very sharp edge. Yeah. The plates will chip like crazy. You need to have a little bit of substance on the end. Also, the glaze will fall off of it. It sort of flows off of it. So what I'm trying to do is to get this nice and even and flat and compressed. This plate will be smaller than it looks too because of all the shrinkage and stuff.
And you said it shrinks about 15%?
I think so. It's somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay.
Don't laugh at me for massaging my tear gland. It's itchy.
Shannon, go to
Information the
bed.
rest of us really didn't need.
Now, another moment.
Nicole was laughing at me. I wasn't laughing at anybody.
Also, I'll make one that has a little bit more lift to it next time. Remember when your bowls, when you made them, how you thought that they were quite wide, and by the time they dried, it was like they folded up like a flower a little bit? Okay? So this will probably curl up a bit as it dries. So you kind of want to get them as flat as you can. Now, you can chamois the edge of this too.
I have one of those now.
Yeah. Handmade by Greg.
No. I got it last week.
And then I'm not going to do too much to this other than go in and get rid of some of that goo underneath there and make a place to cut it off. This isn't my trimming. This is just getting rid of that stuff.
The slime.
Now that's still pretty thick. Is that okay?
Probably
or-
not.
Just the lip is thicker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it came out like that. And what I'm going to do is to trim that, and I won't trim it very far under. I'll probably only trim in that much, but
Okay.
with the new drying system we have there, I should be able to get these ready for you today.
Don't tell Katrina.
The new drying cupboard.
This is something I haven't seen.
Yeah, the plastic.
Yeah.
The places where the plaster molds are dried.
It's also really important that you cut these right away. Hold the wire as tight as you can, and you can see the wire, so I'm not too thin. Okay? Don't wait to do that. Don't wait 10 minutes, because what this wood will do is suck the water out and your wire will ride up. Some of you are going to make these today, and you're going to show me, and there'll be a big wire mark right through the center of your plate. Stretch it tight, and pull it under as soon as you've thrown it. Then, use your big spoon,
Spoon.
and I will guide you through the next steps when these are ready.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, I gotta show the camera.
Show the camera. Love the camera.
Yeah.
Woo!